Hello friends, I am Jagdish Jena and I am going to teach you different aspects, different topics in agronomy. As you know, agronomy is a vast subject and include like crop production, tillage, fertility management, water management, weed management, cropping system, sustainable agriculture and all other things. And it is related to crop physiology, crop management, crop husbandry, then soil management, statistics. So all the aspects I'm gonna cover here in my lectures. So today we will discuss about some introductory points what comes to mind in agronomy. Okay, that those are relevant to any competitive exam. If you are applying for ICOR exams, or you are applying for any state agriculture universities entrance exam, or any like public service commission exam and IBPS though. Okay, so the first agriculture minister of independent India was who was the first agriculture minister of independent India? You can see clearly here the name is Rafi Ahmad Kidwai. He was the first agriculture minister of independent India. Okay, so first KVK. KVK, what is the full form? Krishi Vigyan Kendra in in English, that is Farm Science Center. The first KVK was established in Puducherry, and that was under the KVK was under Tamil Nadu Agriculture University (TNU) and was established in 1974. Okay, the first KVK was established in 1974, and that was under Tamil Nadu Agriculture University. Okay, so next question. Indicator plant used for diagnosis of magnesium. Indicator plant used for diagnosis of magnesium. That is potato. Potato. You know, potato. That is indicator plant. What is the indicator plant? What is the indicator plant? What comes to your mind? To which plant we say an indicator plant? Okay, let me tell you. Indicator plant is a plant that is most responsive to the deficiency of a particular nutrient. What is that? If a particular nutrient is is at minimal concentration, that is in deficiency zone, first the indicator plant will show the symptom. Okay, so there's some other in nutrient deficiency indicator plants. You can see here for nitrogen, there's cauliflower and cabbage; for phosphorus, rapeseed and mustard; for potassium, potato; for calcium, cauliflower, cabbage again; for magnesium, potato; for iron, cauliflower, cabbage, potato, oat; for sodium, that is sugar beet; for manganese, sugar beet and oat; for boron, sunflower. These are some of the indicator plants for deficiency of different elements. Okay, for next question, king of spices. First, let me clear you what is a king, or what is this queen of any crop group or anything. King means it is ruling to that particular group. Okay, uh, what comes to your mind if king of cereals? What is the largest area in cereal? What is the crop that among cereal that is the largest growing area? That is wheat. What is the king of cereal? So then queen. Queen means it requires specific climate, specific care. It is a specific management. That is in cereal group. That is maize. It's queen of cereal. So here's king of spices. That is black pepper. Actually, it is grown in a wider area. That is black pepper. That is king of spices. Okay. So what is sucrose percentage? Sucrose percentage is from Brix reading we can calculate sucrose percentage. Then what is Brix reading? This is the TSS content. This estimate the TSS content from sugar cane. Generally we use this Brix reading, Brix value in sugar cane for its maturity indicator as its maturity indicators. If the Brix value is 0.921 of Brix ratio, actually Brix ratio is 0.921, in the sugarcane, the top and bottom portions, the Brix ratio is 0.9 to 1, that is ready to harvest, or Brix value is 16 to 18, that is ready to harvest. Okay, so from Brix value we can calculate the sucrose percentage of sugarcane. That is sucrose percentage equal Brix reading minus 3.06 by 0.97. Who is the founder of relay cropping? First of all, we have to get an idea what is relay cropping. Relay cropping is the overlapping cropping. One crop is grown, then when there is some period before the harvesting, another cropping is sowing, like a relay race. It's like relay race. One athlete is moving with a ballot, then he transfer the ballot before the ending line, then another player is transferring the ballot, then to the next player, then to the next player, like that. Relay cropping is the same concept. Actually, that concept was proposed by whom? By Dr. S.S. Ben. Dr. Sesing Ben. Okay, relay cropping concept proposed by Dr. S.S. Ben. Dr. Sesing Ben. Okay, so what is standard error? Standard error is equal to variance by mean. Okay, what is CB? Coefficient of variation is indicated as percentage. Standard deviation by mean into 100. Okay, term leaf area index, LAI, leaf area index, was proposed by Watson. Term leaf area index, what is leaf area index? Leaf area index is the leaf area of a particular plant, total leaf area divided by ground area, that means spacing. Leaf area index is your total leaf area by ground area. Okay, so its value varies from 3 to 4 for horizontally oriented leaves, for vertically actually I mean also right. Actually, for horizontally oriented leaf, that is 6 to 9 leaf area index, and no, that's different. Okay, here is the leaf area. Actually, leaf area is a constant, then ground area is more here, so that is 3 to 4 for horizontally oriented leaf and 6 to 9 for vertically oriented leaf. Okay, clear? Actually, some of things I have also forgotten. Okay, term harvest index. What is harvest index? The term was proposed by Donald. And what is harvest index? Harvest index is also known as coefficient of effectiveness, and its value from range 0 to 1. If it as a percentage, if it tell in percentage, then it is 0 to 100%. That is economic yield divided by total yield. Total yield is biomass yield. Okay, that is harvest index. In rice and 0.4 to 0.5. Then Kachri, Central Arid Zone Research Institute, that was established in 1959. Central Arid Zone Research Institute, that is present in Jodhpur, and that established 1959. Agronomy Journal was published from Agronomy Journal. Is a reputed journal that was published from USA. LST, Latin square design suitable for 5 to 12 treatment. Okay, what is LST, Latin square design? If the fertility gradient is in two direction, then the most suitable is LST, and here is LST is the most restricted design. Whatever design we have, RCRD, RBD, LST, among these, LST is the most completed design, because most restricted design, because here the number of treatment is equal to number of replication is equal to number of rows is equal to number of column, and in deviation is prohibited. Okay, so LST, the suitable treatment is 5 to 12. Okay, plant growth regulator, PGR, breaking the dormancy, is gibberellic acid. This is a PGR, this is the growth promoting PGR. There are two types of PGR. One is growth promoting, that is auxin, gibberellic acid, cytokinin. Growth inhibiting acetic acid, and ethylene, that is gaseous, and that is ripening hormone. Acetic acid, that is stress hormone. Auxin, that is for apical dominance. Gibberellic acid, stem elongation. Cytokinin is for what? For cell division. Okay, Growth promoters actually they are actually present in multiple form. I don't know exactly what does that mean, but they are present in multiple form. Okay, isolation distance for hybrid maize seed production in maize is 400 meter. Then cultivable wasteland. There are two types of wasteland. One is cultivable wasteland, another is uncultivable wasteland. In uncultivable wasteland, there is no scope of cultivation. But in cultivable wasteland, we can cultivate that land. But to which land we assign that this is a cultivable wasteland? If the land is not cultivated since last 5 years, that is known as cultivable wasteland. Okay, land which was not cultivated since last 5 years, that is called cultivable wasteland. Okay, so first established NRC, National Resource Center. There are several national resource centers. First resource center established was NRC groundnut, that was established in 1979. NRC groundnut was established in 1979 in Junagadh at Gujarat. Okay, remember this. Junagadh is present in Junagadh, and that is instead Gujarat. Okay, so Fakhruddin Ali Ahmad, these 2 hours is important from exam point of view. This is asked in several times in IBPS exam and in IRI exam also. So you must remember these 2 hours. Actually, Fakhruddin Ali Ahmad Award is given for agriculture research in tribal areas. Agriculture research in tribal areas. Okay. And Basantrai Naik Award is given for research in water conservation and dryland farming. So, okay. So agricultural statistics at a glance by Ministry of Agriculture, New Delhi. It is published every year. Okay, Indian farming published by ICAR. Current Science is published from Bangalore. Sustainable Yield Index. This is used to evaluate the sustainability of the system, your cropping system. That is range is from 0 to 1. Okay, these are some cropping system parameter indices which I'll discuss later on. Okay, some other points like from statistics, there are some points I've noted which are important for entrance exams. Latin square design. The most followed design in agriculture is RBD, randomized block design. Sometimes it's called complete RCBD, randomized complete block design. Okay, so here what happens is if fertility gradient is one direction, then the replication or blocks are generally made in perpendicular to that direction. Okay, RBD. Here fertility gradient is one direction. Okay, and that is most followed design. Remember this one. Then CRD, if the plot is homogeneous, if there is no fertility gradient in that plot, that is homogeneous, consider the homogeneous plot. On CRD we can go for CRD, and that is the least restrictive design. CRD is the least restricted design. Remember this point. CRD is the least restricted design and LST is the most restricted design, because in LST row must be equal to column and must be equal to treatment, that must be equal to the replication. If we are taking 5 treatment, then we have to replicate 5 times to those treatments, each of those treatments. But in CRD, if we are taking treatment 1 and replicate 3 times, then we must not bound to take treatment 4 to 3 replication. We can go with 2 replication or 1 replication. Okay, so least restrictive design is CRD. Then if there are greater than or equal to 2 factors, we can go for factorial experiment. And among the factorial experiment, if there is one factor needs one larger areas than other factors, or if one factor need more accuracy or less accuracy than other factors, then that is the most suitable is split plot design. Actually, what is in main plot that actually needs more area, but the accuracy in main plot is less than the subplot. Then if both the factor needs larger plots, then we must go for strip plot design. Okay. So Latin square design, we have also read that the fertility current is two direction, 5 to 12 treatment is suitable, number of rows, number of column is equal, number of treatment is equal to number of replication. And we have also already discussed the culturable wasteland. What is culturable wasteland? If land is not taken for cultivation for more than 5 years, that is called culturable wasteland. Okay. So agroclimatic zone, India is divided into 15 agroclimatic zone by planning commission in 7th 5-year plan, that is around 1988, I think. They have divided this in India to 15 agroclimatic zone. Okay. Then ICR divided this 15 agroclimatic zone to a 129 agroclimatic zone. And agroecological region, these are some of the parts, they are combined with some specific characters like land topography, length of growing period, and agroclimatic you know criterias and cropping systems like that. So there are total 20 agroecological region in India. Okay. These are also discussed earlier. These are repeated actually. So plant growth regulator, that is used to enhance the number of flowers in plant, that is NAA, naphthalene acetic acid. Okay, Farmers Day is celebrated in every year in December 23rd. Study of grasses called termed as agroastrology, study of clouds, nephology. Indian farming published by Asia, Intensive Agriculture by Ministry of Agriculture, Foreign Science published from Bangalore. So some toxicity, heavy metal toxicity diseases, cadmium. By cadmium, the disease caused itai ouch, it's also called ouch disease. And in mercury, by mercury there's a Minamata disease. And nitrate toxicity in groundwater, that is blue baby syndrome or methanoglobinemia. Okay. Bhopal gas tragedy occurs in during 1984. That was actually due to leakage of methyl isocyanate (MIC) gas from Union Carbide Limited. Okay. Sorry. Uh, then some important terms, and they are derived from agronomy, derived from Greek word, agriculture derived from Latin word, tillage from Anglo-Saxon word. Father of tillage, a throat tool, is the physical manipulation of soil. Tillage is the physical manipulation of soil for a proper seedbed preparation. Okay, monsoon, it's from Arabic word. There's some specific monsoon in the world, and Indian monsoon is the most characterized monsoon. And actually, India, from its southwest monsoon, it get 75 to 80% of the precipitation, and the rest of the precipitation from northeast monsoon. And about LI, we have also discussed what's some termed LI, that is leaf area by ground area. Horizontal leaves, you can clear that out. So for horizontal leaves, that is 3 to 4, and vertical leaves 6 to 9 leaf area index. A growth law was proposed by Mitscherlich. Harvest index is also called as coefficient of effectiveness, proposed by Donald. Okay. Economic yield by total yield, and sourcing relationship, value 0 to 1. Okay. Sowing depths, there are some actually thumb rule, what we call thumb rule. Sowing depth should be 3 to 4 times of diameter of that seed. The nursery days should be, weeks should be the crop duration, according to the crop duration. If any crop that is of 4 months duration, then the nursery you should keep in nursery to 4 week. Okay. Number of months of crops, that is number of nursery period. Okay, density versus yield, there are some relationship. If we go on increasing the density, what will happen in the economic yield of that crop? So Holiday, actually the scientist name is Holiday, he proposed this relationship in 1960. The two relationships we found, one is asymptotic relationship, one is parabolic relationship. In asymptotic relationship, what happens, If we like that is yield, that is density. If we go on increasing the density, okay, the yield is also increasing, then it reaches plateau, then it is constant, means increasing on density there is no increase in yield. But this is asymptotic relationship that is found in forest crops. Actually, in forest crop, economic part is whole biomass. So if we go on increasing the density of that crop, there is no reduction in the economic yield. But if in case of parabolic response, that is economic yield is a fraction of the total dry matter. So here what happens, we are increasing the density, then it increases to the certain point, to the peak, then it shows a decreasing trend. Okay, this is parabolic relationship what we found in cereal and most of the other crops. Okay, seeds from plant. Okay, what is threshing? Threshing is removal of seeds from plant. Then what is winnowing? What is winnowing? Is the removal of grains from seed. That is winnowing. There's some other actually years of establishment of different institutions, different programs. Here we will discuss. So you have to remember all this, to have a great score in any competitive exam. So ARS, Agricultural Resource Service, and Department of Agriculture Research and Education come to force in 1973. Then ASRB established in 1975, IRIN in 1905, ICR in 1929, KVK in 1974 we have discussed earlier, KAZRI also we have discussed earlier, 1959 in Jodhpur, FAO Food and Agriculture Organization 16th October 1948, and the 16th October is celebrated every year as Food Day, World Food Day. Okay. CRIDA, ICRISAT, International Crop Research Institute in 1972, CRIDA in 1985, Central Research Institute in Dryland Agriculture in Hyderabad, NR National Research Institute, which was earlier known as Central Research Institute, was established in 1946. The first agriculture university, GB Pant Agriculture University and Technology, Govind Vallabh Pant University of Agriculture and Technology, GB Pant, that was established in 1960. Central Soil Water Conservation Research and Training Institute, or recently known as Indian Institute of Soil and Water Conservation, was established on 1st April 1974. Okay, you have to remember all these days. Oil containing jatropha seed. Jatropha is for biofuel and is enhanced in black revolution. That the oil contains 35%. Cotton seed oil contains 15 to 25%. Rice bran 10 to 23%. Soybean 20%. Okay, what is global warming potential? Global warming potential of methane, that is to trap the heat, that is more than 25 times than of heat trapping of carbon dioxide, though carbon dioxide contributing about 50% or more to global warming potential, global warming, but the potential to trap heat of methane is 25 times more than carbon dioxide, and of nitrous oxide it is 198 times that of carbon dioxide. Okay, so there are two types of sowing. Actually, one is hand dropping of seed in furrow, and another is pipe dropping. The pipe dropping process is known as pora, and the hand dropping process is known as kera. The harvest index, that is called the range of some parameters. One is harvest index 0 to 1, correlation coefficient -1 to +1, regression coefficient -infinity to +infinity, probability 0 to 1, multiple correlation coefficient is 0 to 1. Okay, these are some ranges, like sustainable yield index, that is 0 to, also 0 to 1. Okay, so confounding we will discuss later on in statistics division about this. And cropping intensity is near about 140% in India. Okay, and the in Trans-Gangetic area, actually Trans-Gangetic area, zone of agroclimatic zone. Okay, in Trans-Gangetic zone the cropping intensity is the highest. Okay, So cropping intensity is the gross cropped area by net cropped area in 100, and rotational intensity is number of crops grown in a year into 100. So this much for today. Okay, we'll later on we'll discuss some other introductory points related to agronomy, which are important for you know, any comparative examination, because agronomy is a core subject, and you can relate any subject with agronomy, like statistics, physiology, soil science, everything, every aspect we'll discuss in my lecture. Okay, so good luck, have a nice day, and don't forget to share among your friends, and don't forget to press the bell icon and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.